open the door to the bathroom, and her man is in the bathroom, full making out with some other girl.
Shut up. Hi friends, welcome back to the Friendzone. I'm your host, Symonne Harrison, and today I'm here with my very, very, very special guest. And she's just a bundle of joy.
Hi, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm Rosanna, but everybody calls me Ro. Rosanna is my full name, but the only time I ever hear that is like if my mom's really mad at me.
Rosanna!
And it goes up in tone, you know, like Rosanna. Like that.
If I was a little kid, I would be like running for my life.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you this. Like, I watched you growing up. I literally have your cookbooks in my kitchen.
I did not know that. You are too cute. You are too adorable.
Like,
are you serious?
You actually were my childhood. It was like, I had like a little baking business at 3, and you were like what I watched. Like that got
I could
me
imagine
into
you
it.
like baking, like fully being like
It was called
so good at
Cakes
it.
by Symonne. We had little logos. I had to stand on like the kitchen chair to reach the island and like bake these cakes. But like I would watch you do it. And I was like, I want to do that. Like you literally were like part of my childhood, queen.
You are so adorable. That is so sweet. I'm literally like blushing. I feel like I have blush on my cheeks, but they're actually getting like warm. I'm like, that is just like so sweet. I had so much fun making those baking videos.
You were like so iconic. I'm telling you.
Love baking because like growing up, we didn't have a lot of money, and that was my love language. That was just how I showed people love. Like if it was your birthday or something. That was the way that I could like make you cupcakes or make you homemade cookies or like that was my
thought, you know?
Yeah, that was my one way that I could show people that I care about them and like express myself.
So sweet.
I used to not actually be as talkative, which is hard to believe now.
Yeah, I think honestly you're the second biggest yapper right now. First it has to be Glow, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely. I was like shy growing up. I just didn't talk a lot. It took a lot to get me out of my shell, and then now we can't put it back in. Are you an extrovert or do you think you're an introvert?
Is there like something as like an introvert extrovert, like the mix? I always feel like I'm like the in between. I think the reason why, and this could be because I'm projecting, but I'm right on the cusp of Gemini and Cancer. Half of the time I'm like very Cancer, but half the time very Gemini. And also Gemini has like the two people, like with me and my two personalities.
I'm a full extrovert. I love being around people. I need very little alone time ever to recharge. The only time I need to be alone is like, I realize with ADHD that I will just take in too much. Like it's sensory overload.
Yeah.
So when I get sensory overload, I'll have to go decompress a little bit.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't have to do with other people. It can literally just be I'm somewhere that's too noisy for like a long extended period of time where I just need like a little bit of...
It's just like a little like... Let's take a moment, pause, regroup, and then continue being outgoing.
Yes. And I love that you're like on the cusp of Gemini because I'm a Gemini.
Wait, you are?
Yeah.
Wait, when's your birthday?
June 8th.
Mine's June 19th. No wonder why we get along.
I love it. And I have two kind of personalities too. It's like there's a sweet side of me, but there's definitely a sassy side now.
Oh, absolutely.
And I feel like I'm tapping into that sassy side more and finding more confidence with that. And
I love that.
It's been really fun, actually.
I feel like it's also like being on social media a little bit. It's like people see like your videos and stuff, and obviously we're both very real in our videos, but you also need to like handle business, and there's a lot of thing that goes on behind the scenes. So it's like, where do you find that balance, like in between what's like being posted and like what's actually going on behind the scenes? But because I do lifestyle, you guys basically like see everything, and like you guys see my mental breakdowns. You guys see me going out, losing my voice at a concert. I'm like screaming right now to talk into this microphone. But you know, it's like, what side do you show? Both sides? Like, what do you show?
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like it's been weird because like for years just doing baking tutorials, I feel like my personality comes through a little bit, but I feel like when you're doing tutorials, people don't really get to know you that well.
They're just
they get
here
a
to like
sense
watch
of
the
you,
process.
but
you
yeah,
know?
they don't really get to know you. So I think that's why I've been really liking making different kinds of content so people can get to know me as a person versus just me as a baker. So
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying it. It's like so fun.
A huge
Love
part
it.
of this podcast is like I wanted to bring people on to that don't necessarily get to show like their whole personality or what they do in their day-to-day life, whether that's like artists, for example, you do tutorials and like people like watch your videos but they don't maybe even know your favorite color. You know,
Yeah.
people know everything about me. They probably know my coffee orders better than I do. Like sometimes they'll like DM me or I'll come up to me in public. It's like, oh, remember when you like da 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 da? Like, when did I do that?
I love that.
It's so fun, but it's also sometimes I'm like, wait, like, how do people I've sometimes never met know what I'm doing every single second of the day, you know? I love it. Like, you guys are my best friends, but at the same time, like, I realize a lot of creators don't get to show that just because of their style of content or whatever. So that's why I'm so glad you're able to come here. And you have your podcast now, which I feel like has been such a good outlet for you and your personalities, which also the set is so cute.
You have to come on. We'll have so much fun.
Obviously, I would love to.
You were like a perfect fit because the vibe of it is, it's not called Bitches Who Brunch, but that's
what we're doing.
It's basically getting together with like friends, people I admire, and we sit down and just chitty chat about things that we care about. We catch up with each other. So it's almost like listeners and people get to be kind of like in the room with us if we were going to go out to brunch and like catch up and talk.
That's so cute.
And sometimes the conversations are serious and sometimes they're really not. And then sometimes they're just like the most random. I'll talk about like my latest weird Botox endeavor. It's all over the place, but that's kind of what I wanted it to be. I just wanted it to be a fun, safe space for me and people who are like I adore, and we can just talk about whatever, and people can get to know me on like a different level of not just me, the baker.
I've obviously seen your set from your videos. Like, it's so cute. It reminds me like very like Breakfast at Tiffany's. Like, you're in your little heels and your little like tea party dresses.
It's so fun. It's like I just love brunch. I think like growing up and stuff, when I got older, like that was my favorite time. I love to go hang out with the girlfriends and catch up because as you get older, you get busier and busier.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I really value my girlfriends and my relationships. So going to brunch or like catching up over a bite or a coffee was always a time that we could just meet up really quick. Like if it was between meetings or between events, and then we could like sit down and have a quick little heart to heart, like miss you, love you, tell me everything, you know? And I also have been really liking being an open book. I guess I realized that I'm an open book in my personal life. Like all of my friends and people who know me know that I am fully myself.
Yeah, for sure.
But I haven't really done it online. This is my first time doing it fully online. It's overall been pretty positive. Like it's been pretty supportive. But it can also be brutal.
Oh, absolutely, you know?
Like, a little judgy, and that's just weird to me because I'm not a really judgy person. So it is weird to get judged so hard, but I'm also getting used to it now. I'm kind of like, not everyone's going to like you, and that's normal.
It's everywhere. Like no matter what field you go into, no matter what your job is, like there's always going to be your best friends and there's always going to be people that judge or you compete with, and that's just how it is.
I just love that your friendship board is an actual board. I'm so excited to see this. We were just talking about this. We were doing like a round table with YouTube about like mental health and loneliness. And you were talking about your friendship board. And I literally just saw it and I'm obsessed with it and I love it.
I wasn't lying. I was like, I have a board. This like I couldn't even fit all my friends on here, but I put a lot of people that are like coming on to the show, you know. And I was like, I want each person to have a place, whether it's on a locker, on the board, whatever. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, you see it's a board behind Ro.
This is a detective board.
It is like I do love my suits. I love my white collar. Like I know how to make these boards by heart, and it's like, who met this person introduced me to that person led to that group. Like it was so much fun to make too.
Like if I ever need to solve a crime,
you know what I'm
going to hit you up,
address,
and I'll be like, get that board out.
This is my like little passion project. It's just like mapping things out on boards. Like I plan work stuff out with red string. Like
love.
I don't know. I just feel like it adds that extra element.
You don't need a detective when you have Symonne.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She has
exactly.
every
Trust
receipt
me,
you would need.
I
Love it.
find, the second I get my hands on a Google search bar, all bets are off.
I love that.
I find, wait, this is a really embarrassing story. One time,
Tell me.
this is like actually psycho, and I hope my neighbors aren't watching this. But
Neighbors, turn off your ears right now. Earmuffs. Earmuffs.
when we first moved in, my mom was like taking my dog for a walk. She met like some of the neighbors. One of them is my age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh, like they should all meet, like whatever. Still to this day, I've never met them. But we found out that he plays football at the school by my house. So I was with my neighbor that I'm really close friends with, literally the door next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we were driving to go get like smoothies and go thrifting. And I was like, oh my gosh, like da 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 da. So we went to like the varsity football page for the high school by my house.
Got it.
Found the last name of the neighbor, tracked down the guy, found his Instagram, found his mom's Instagram. I found every single one of their Instagrams just based off of a last name.
You're like, I know the whole family.
I know what number he plays. I know what game days he's on. But that was a year ago. I've changed.
See, those skills like really come in handy. Like before I was dating Mike, because we've been together now for like 15 years.
Which is
so
amazing. Congratulations,
thank
you guys.
We're like an old married couple, but when I was dating back in the day, like your skills would have come in handy because definitely would have saved some heartbreak because there were some guys that were definitely doing some really weird stuff and pretty publicly online. It's just I didn't have very good research skills. So like I didn't clock it.
Which isn't that the craziest thing that they would do it online?
Right in front of your face. And the audacity.
I don't know how to describe this. Basically, my first ever relationship I was in, I found out I was getting cheated on by fans. My fans
That's
told me.
crazy.
My gosh.
I
picked
found
up on
out
it.
through Instagram DMs. And it wasn't like people related to the situation. They were actual fans who were like watching out for me. But obviously I just like wouldn't respond. Or I would like be like report, like hate or like whatever.
What were they saying?
So there was like screenshots of like this other girl wearing my boyfriend's sweatshirt like out and about. And I was like, oh, well, that's like the roommate's friends. So like I'm sure they were just out and had an extra sweatshirt in the car. Like little things like that, because I'm like, okay, I was 15. I was very like naive and like trusting in this relationship. But at the same time, like, I don't want to always jump to the worst case scenario.
Right.
Because then it's like, okay, you got to backtrack and you might like blow up on someone for no reason. But then it like went on for, I kid you not, 6 months of like fans like tagging, posting me. There's accounts dedicated to busting that my boyfriend was cheating on me. And I was like, block, delete, report, block, delete, report. And there was like pictures of them out and about, like from afar, like caught my boyfriend with another person. And I was like, no, that has to be an old photo. I was so like, again, like naive, because also it's like when you're in such a public relationship, like we've seen it firsthand with other creators as well. Like they'll post stuff from 3 years ago. Like I still get asked to this day if I'm with my first ever boyfriend. I'm like, we broke up. It'll be 4 years.
Yeah, some people are
This
like
year.
late to the game, they're uninformed, or they're like, you don't know if someone's trying to just mess with you, troll you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's why it's a little harder, like when it comes like from an online community. And it's even hard for, I think, people to hear it even from close friends. Cause I know we were talking about like girl code, like girls looking out for each other. And when I was in high school, I was really like, I'm a girl's girl, and I was really good friends with this girl. Okay, I can't say her name. We'll just call her Shelly. Shelly. So Shelly and I were on a sports team together. And she'd been with her boyfriend for a couple of years. They were pretty serious. They were real like high school sweethearts.
That's so cute.
And I was really happy for them. And I didn't party in high school. So I went to a party to go pick up a friend. They asked me for a ride home. So I went to the party and they were like, hey, I'm going to be like 5 minutes. Do you want to come in and wait? I'm just making my rounds. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So I came in, said hi, and then I had to go to the bathroom. So I go upstairs to go to the bathroom, open the door to the bathroom, and her man is in the bathroom full making out with some other girl.
No.
And I'm
Shut
talking about
up.
he's squeezing on her, feeling her up, the whole blah, 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 blah. They were in it. The next day, I told her, because that's girl code.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I told her, and I said, hey, didn't want to see this, but I went to a party to pick up so-and-so, went to the bathroom and saw this. Then she talks to him, and the next day, you know what she told me? He goes, he said you were just lying and exaggerating.
No.
And that,
Shelly.
he was just helping a girl who was drunk go to find the bathroom.
No, absolutely not. No, run for the hills. When someone comes to you, unless they are like really a bad person and they have some crazy like ulterior motive, like at least think about it.
And she got it later, like months went by, and then she caught him herself with in some other situation. But
Yeah, no, that puts you in a really like uncomfortable position as well.
I just had to pee. That's the last thing I wanted to see open in a bathroom. And it was completely awkward. It put a tension on our friendship.
Yeah.
Because him denying it then put a strain on us. But then later when she caught him, then we were back to being okay again.
Yeah.
And she learned, that I was someone who was actually just trying to be protective and look out for her. And I told her I would want someone to tell me.
Yeah,
if,
exactly.
My boyfriend was doing that. Like
even if it's something you don't want to hear.
And I will say, because I went through that first, I was dating this guy in high school, and I was on a soccer team. He hit on our goalie, and he was trying to make out with her at a hot tub at a little get together.
I hate high school.
I know.
Your boyfriend?
Yes. And she told me. She came to school, told me, which I appreciated.
I feel like I've seen in a lot of situations where the girl gets mad at the girl and not the boyfriend. Both of you are in the wrong in that situation. A lot of the times, though, people lie and they're like, oh, no, I'm single. If the girl doesn't know, like, who they're dating, if they're in a relationship, it's like some random one-off, This is crazy. Right when I went through that breakup, I was like, I need to get out of here. I literally thought the world was ending. It was like days after my 16th birthday. Just ended things. We were supposed to go on tour together, broke up the night before, had to cancel the tour. And I was like, we need to get out of here. So I was friends with this girl at the time. Let's call her, what's a good word? Lip gloss.
Lip gloss.
Lip gloss?
Yeah, she would always wear lip gloss.
Lip gloss.
No,
Lip gloss be popping. So I was really good friends with her at the time. And we were like, let's get out of here. So we flew to Hawaii.
Love.
I have a vacation crush story. I've never had one before. And we were there, and I was obviously just like heartbroken. And they're like, we're going to get you, like whatever. And obviously that's the last thing you want, But let me tell you, we're sitting by the pool, and we're like about to like go up and like get dinner. I look across the pool. There's this guy sitting there, like all tan, like he had a couple of tattoos, like black curly hair. I have a type. I've said tan, curly hair, and tattoos like 3 times this podcast. But he's sitting there, and my friend's like, "Oh, that's so your type," like da da, and. I was like, well, obviously I'm not going to do anything about it. Like, I just went through this breakup, but like, whatever. Yeah. It's good looking. And he comes over to us. And I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I'm like burnt to a crisp. I am looking like a lobster. Like my skin is peeling, like absolute worst. And then he was like, oh, like, what's your snap? And I was like, oh my God, first time getting hit on in person. Like, okay. So then I give it to him. I was like, obviously you got to stalk him. Use my detective skills, right?
Yeah, okay.
So got his snap. It was like some weird name, but somehow, some way, I found his Instagram.
Oh.
He had a girlfriend of almost 5 years. Like their profile pictures were together. Her name was in the bio. Everything. And I was like, absolutely not.
Did you come to her as a woman?
She was private. Oh. And I was like, okay, so I can DM her and sound like an absolute psychopath, but I'm going to confront him. That's what we're going to do. We're in our confronting era. We get downstairs, right, at the lobby, and we're like, oh, like, what's your Instagram? He was like, oh, like, you don't need that. And I was like, why not? And he's like, well, like, you just, like, don't need it. Like, let's, like, live in the moment. And I was like, well, now you're making me feel weird. So then he, like, finally gives it to me. And I go, oh, is this your girlfriend? And he's like, yeah, but we're, like, about to break up. We're about to break up. She's, like, going to college, like, really far away. And, like, this is during the summers. And I was like, well, then why are you jumping the gun? Like, if you don't want to be with this person. And she's stunning, like, stunning. I was like, if you don't want to be with this person, end it.
Yeah.
And also, like, you know, like, I'm never speaking to you again. You know, like, I'm just telling you, like, be a good person and, like, go handle your situation.
Yeah, because if that's how he acts, he's going to treat you like that.
Yeah, if someone does it to you or for you, they're going to do it again, you know? I never followed him or anything, obviously. I, like, unadded him on Snap, and then we, like, see him, like, check out of the hotel, and I was passing. I was like, no, get away. And then he was like, oh, can you, like, follow my girlfriend so she's not, like, sus of you? And I was like, sus of me for what? You hit on me. I shut you down. I don't follow you on anything.
You're
and
lucky
I
I
unadded
didn't
you on
message her.
Snap.
Yeah, you're lucky I didn't message her and tell you what you were doing.
I know. I was like, I'm going to let you handle this. I just got cheated on, so I hope you do the right thing and tell her. But also, like, the Snapchats were like, he was being very single.
Is Snap, like, sexy? You have to tell me this. I have no idea.
Oh my God.
Wait,
the
like,
lore of Snapchat?
I've never even been on a dating app because Mike
Me
and I
either.
met before they came out. So, like, I don't understand digital dating or what platforms people use to even, like.
So
Snap is like,
I will tell you a little bit, but I've never even done dating apps, so I can
Yeah.
bring in Brendan and Ryan for this because
Yeah.
they have all the tea on the dating apps. But Snapchat, you, like, can take a picture and you click on it and you only see it once.
oh,
So, like, you
okay.
can't necessarily, I mean, you could change settings, but, like, you can't necessarily save it. Sometimes you can't screenshot it.
Got it. So it's like more private and just kind of like.
It's temporary, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's also easy, like, if you're cheating on someone, like, on Snapchat, like, you can't go back through your messages.
Yeah,
unless you
because
save
once
them.
you open it, it goes away.
So if you're cheating, it's like, oh, you can't, like, read through their messages. You know what I mean?
Also,
Which is, like,
on Snapchat, you can, like, change people's names. So say, like, this is another story. The same person I went to Hawaii with, she, later on in our friendship, I started dating this guy, as known as Croissant in this podcast. He's been brought up a lot.
Little
Sorry.
biscuit.
Little
croissant.
biscuit.
Little biscuit, little croissant.
So Croissant and I, like, were dating. I was still friends with this lip gloss girl. And he would call me and be like, yo, do you know, like, lip gloss has been, like, texting me. It's like, what do you mean? Like, snapping specifically. So then he would, like, FaceTime me from his laptop, but then, like, show me on his phone. So, like, obviously I knew she went to New York with her family. I texted her, like, safe travels for the way back. And then it was, like, around her birthday, so we were going to go out and celebrate or whatever.
Yeah.
She didn't text me back, which is, she's traveling, whatever. No worries.
Yeah.
At, like, 1:30 a.m., I can't even stay up till 1:30 anymore. I don't know how I was doing that before. 1:30 a.m., Croissant calls, and he's like, did you get a text from Lip Gloss? And I was like, no. He shows me this massive paragraph on Snapchat. Hey, Croissant, hope you're doing well. I feel like we haven't seen each other in forever. Hope we can catch up. I'm flying home from New York right now, and I just wanted to tell you about my trip. Da-da-da-da-da. Paragraphs. But then didn't respond to my, like, safe travels text. But this was, like, my full-on boyfriend.
No, that's girl code. That's breaking girl code.
It's like, why do you even have my boyfriend on Snapchat?
She's not following girl code.
So then I started asking her, I'm like, oh, are you texting Croissant? Like, she's like, no, I don't even have his Snapchat. And like, da-da-da-da. I was sitting in the back of a car and she was like in the front seat. And I saw her texting my boyfriend on Snapchat again.
Oh my.
So then I go up and I'm like, oh, is that Croissant? your messaging?
You're lucky you didn't know me back then. I would have literally
Tackled her.
I would have punched her in the face. You would have to pick me up in jail. Yeah,
I'm obsessed with you.
I
I went to this good for you.
I literally.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand what girl code was until my
Yeah.
beautiful girlfriend described it.
Oh, we love Maeve.
Girl code.
What is like a girl's girl? What is a girl code?
Yeah.
Oh, I
what
love
is girl
this.
code?
Like girl code, for anybody who isn't familiar, maybe you're hearing the term for the first time. It's basically an unspoken rule set between women for friendships. And it's basically based around respect and trust and being supportive of each other.
Say like we're in a group setting. I mean, you should do this for like anyone, but like if we're eating at dinner, I'm like, oh, like you have like lip gloss on your face, or like,
Yes.
oh, like fix that one piece of hair, like, oh, you have something in your teeth, like just little things, like check you up, like you want each other to succeed, and you want each other to look beautiful, and it's like kind of like hype girls.
You look out for each other.
Also,
Yeah.
like an example, like if you see a partner or like someone getting mistreated, you go and you're like, hey, like whatever, like you're it's like kind of like a sisterhood thing.
Do you have like a personal girl code, or is there like a universal, or both? Maybe
There's universal.
Universal.
I would say, yeah, there is a universal girl code. There's certain rules. They're very general. And then I would say with like individuals, especially like, everybody's different. But if you have clearly communicated like with your best girlfriends that like, hey, I'm really maybe self-conscious or something about this one particular thing, and then they cross that boundary,
Yeah.
then that violates, your own personal friendship. But the universal girl code rules is usually do not date your friend's ex.
Obviously, don't hook up with them while
Don't
they're in a
hook up with your
relationship.
friend's ex or current. Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually the exes are off limits.
Anything like exes, is that like the same for bro code, Brendan?
I think so. I feel like for
Yeah.
the most part.
Yeah, do you
it's
guys
like-
have that?
I cannot even like if there's a guy that I like and they follow someone that I am friends with, like I don't want to talk to them anymore.
I like feel like Brendan, like, I don't know. Would you say that being a guy, obviously hypothetical scenario, because we love Maeve and this is freaking love her. Hypothetical scenario.
Completely
Okay, hypothetical.
10 years ago,
Okay.
Yeah.
if you were friends with someone, they were dating someone, they broke up a couple months later, maybe weeks, whatever, you two kind of hit it off, whatever, would you feel like normal being together with that person? Like, would that cross in your mind being like, ooh, like, I don't know, if my best friend, like, or someone I'm close with was like dating someone that I was with that person, I'd be like, this is like really weird. Like, I'm used to seeing you with my friend.
I think-
That's what I feel like.
Yeah. If there was like something there before or something like that, or you had like a friendship, a close friendship, and it was evolving more, I feel like you'd have to just really communicate with the person. But for me, that's like a little too close for comfort.
But I think it's similar. And then like, yeah, you look out for each other. You tell each other you're honest. Like if they have a booger in their nose or your girlfriend's walking around, she has toilet paper on the bottom of her shoe.
Oh,
like
yeah,
go help her
sure.
out. Like you don't want your girlfriend looking like a fool. Like help
Yeah,
her.
exactly.
Have her back, support her. You're happy for her successes. You're there for her when she's sad. Like it's all of those things. Support and love and loyalty, and usually just not dating their exes. I will say for me though, if you ever want to date one of my exes, go ahead. Like they're exes for a reason for me.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I am done dating them, I'm done. Like, and I'm not even mad at them. It's just like,
Icky.
this is just not for me. And
Yeah.
if my friend actually fell in love with my ex, like fell in love, I'd be like, good for you.
wasn't
guys. Wish
mine,
you
but
guys
it could
all
be
the
yours.
happiness. Yeah, because I'm totally over it. I don't leave a relationship until I'm done.
How do you tell when you're meeting someone for the first time? How do you tell if someone's a girl's girl or not a girl's girl?
Ooh,
That's a good one.
that is a good one. So the opposite of a girl's girl is a pick-me girl.
Yes.
A pick-me
thank
girl
you.
is the exact opposite of a girl's girl. So a pick-me girl, and I never get along with them. It's a girl who will do anything to get like male's attention at the expense of another girlfriend. Like she'll like make fun of the other girl, put her down to make herself look better for like the male gaze, for the male attention. And
I think
Ugh,
to add on to
hate
this,
that.
obviously, like it's good to have a mix of friends, but if girls generally get along with men 99% of the time more than girls. In my opinion, I've never been close with them. I'm the first to say I have a lot of guy friends. Every single person on the favorites list on my phone, except my cousin Jake, is a girl. I can have guy friends, but all the people that I need to add Ryan on there too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan, I love you. But yeah, like you can have guy friends. I love my guy friends. They're like brothers to me. I didn't grow up with siblings.
Yeah.
And I feel like we get the same humor, but if you can't actually sustain a girl friendship that's like a real friendship, that's a pick me in my opinion. Not even pick me. That's just like clearly doing something wrong, just a little.
Yeah, I feel like they feel competitive with other women and they really want to put the other person down to make themselves look good. And it's kind of this weird tension and usually never happy for your successes. That's kind of that pick me girl energy. I remember one time I can't say names because this is somebody famous. So I can't, I'll get in trouble, but I'll say this. I have a lot of girlfriends like you do, and I have a few guy friends, and we've been friends for over a decade. Like this is somebody who I think of as family, like a brother. I don't feel romantic about them. Yeah. It's just not our vibe. It never has been. And we went over for this like almost like a double date, triple date to his house. We were all hanging out, having a great time.
That's so cute.
He was dating a new girl, and I brought over some board games, and it was just like this cute little old person hangout.
Also, you want to get to know them and be like, do we approve? Do we I
got so excited for him because he hadn't dated somebody in a while, and I was like so excited for him. And I came over, and she was that energy. She was. She didn't like that we had a long-standing friendship. I think it made her feel insecure, even though I'm there with Mike.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mike is my person. Like, Mike's who I'm growing old with. This is my man. Like, it's ridiculous. And I'm not flirty with my friends. I'm not. It's just, I'm just present. And me being present was enough for her to start making fun of me. She started calling me names. She literally was doting on all the men. And then the one female there, she was just dogging me the entire time. And thank goodness I never said anything because, that's not my business. So I kept my mouth shut. And 2 months later, thank goodness she was gone.
I think another part of girl code is if someone, say like you're friends with someone, they're talking to someone. Yeah. The last thing you do is go and try to talk to them too.
No.
Or like if they like someone, the last thing you do is go and follow them on Instagram and like 10 of their photos. I feel like all of my friends have different types. I think this is a green flag thing and like it doesn't have to happen, but I do fear that me and my friends all like different men and we'll show each other a picture like, oh my God, look at this person. I'm like, oh, like whatever. It's like genuine too. And that way it's like, honestly, is like there shouldn't be a competition. Even all of us, if we have the same type, we're dating in the same age pool, like there shouldn't be a competition.
Exactly. Ladies, I don't know how to say this. There is billions of wieners out there. You don't need to fight over the same one. Billions. Just come hang out with us. Like literally, we could just go to a nice dinner. I'll get you a boyfriend by the end of the night.
I need to go out with you.
If you got a crush on somebody, there's no reason that your girlfriends need to be crushing on him too.
Or even like
there's so many dudes out there, they're just flying. You got to swat them away.
Yeah, literally with like a bat. You're like, get away from me.
Even when I go to the grocery store, and if your girlfriend has a good taste in men, and she found somebody who's cute, and you think he's cute too, be like, does he have a brother? Is he a twin? Let's talk about it.
Oh my God, I've always wanted to date twins with one of my girlfriends. Like I've always wanted to do it. You know what?
That's how to do it girls' code way.
One time I was at an event like recently. Yeah. And I was with like one of my really close friends, like Sophie. We love her. We were out and about. There's a group setting with this person that we think might be a little interested, Not saying I'm not, but we're friends, so not thinking anything is more. And I run to the bathroom. I come back. She's like behind a bush talking to this person. And I was like looking for them. I was like, where are you guys at? And then they like switch the topic and keep going. And I know Sophie, and she would never like It's not a weird thing. I just like knew. Like I was like, she'll fill me in on this later. We get in the car and she's like, so I asked him about you. And I was like, this is a girl's girl doing the thing that I wouldn't do. Not that I wouldn't do it. You know, you just want a little bit of insight before you just like jump into the deep end.
Yeah, it's really
like you need to get the vibe, you know? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you out and I'm going to be like, go like examine these 3 people, go get the vibes, tell me which one is your favorite and why. And that's how I'm going to pick my next person.
I cannot wait. I'm excited. I'm so good at this.
This will be so fun.
I'm a little social butterfly. We'll meet so many fun people.
Well, you have to like them now. I feel like you're like my big sister and you have to approve them.
Okay, I'll get very picky and I'll just pick my favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. Bro, there's one thing we do at the end of every episode.
Okay.
Because you've never been on it, you don't know. I have a yearbook of all the guests from season 1. So do you want to take your yearbook photo?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh my gosh, how fun. And unlike my actual yearbook, I'm actually ready for a photo.
Yes, your camera.
This is so cute. Wait, no, that both